Real estate was my generation's investment because it was debt. For your generation, it's silver because right today in America, it's cost me $30 to buy a silver eagle. $30. This stuff is trash. This is trash here. Cash is trash. So that's a bail in, bail out. That's what happens. You have a repo and a reverse repo. So the reverse repo is the banks are giving back the money to the Fed. We don't want it.
Real estate was the best investment during the boomer age because investors could acquire loans for their businesses at very low interest rates, which means that when they borrow money from banks to build, they pay very little interest on the loan. At the same time, inflation was always low, and building materials were quite inexpensive, making real estate investing very appealing. Not only that, but property buyers could obtain mortgage loans at significantly lower mortgage interest rates. Now things have changed. Due to excessive money supply, everything is up. Inflation is high, and interest rates are also high, making real estate investing very difficult for investors and making it very difficult to buy homes. But what caused all these? The government? The central banks? Or individuals? Well, let's hear it from Robert Kiyosaki.
To make gold a tier 1 asset.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
They made gold money.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, I mean,
They're
as you
so
say,
stupid. These central bankers are the most stupid people I've ever met. Like Bernanke, he gets the Nobel Prize for destroying the US economy by dropping interest rates to zero like this. And then now you have this guy, Jay Powell, who's raising interest rates. They're killing us.
Robert claims that central banks are killing investors by cutting interest rates to zero, increasing the money supply in the economy, causing uncontrollable inflation, and then raising interest rates so high that they steal every last penny from investors. According to Robert, this renders real estate investing and saving money useless since, in the end, you have exorbitant interest rates on your loans that are difficult to pay. And if you save money, inflation consumes it all because $10,000 today is like $5,000 a year later due to inflation. So if real estate is not a place to go, then how can we become rich investing? To become a great and profitable investor, you will need the proper education and ideas from professional investors, which is what this channel focuses on. Subscribe to the channel and put on notifications so you catch all our videos.
would you recommend investing in oil then? Is that something that you personally invest in?
Let me just say it again. I used to be on CNBC, but I say I don't invest in anything they can print. I don't invest in this, stocks, bonds, ETFs. I'm an entrepreneur. I start gold mines, I start oil wells. I invest in cattle, Wagyu cattle.
Yeah.
You know why? Because every time the the Wagyu bull breeds, I get cash flow. I trust the Wagyu cattle more than Joe Biden.
As a superb investor, Robert has seen what central banks and governments do. According to Robert, anything printable is not worth investing in. This is due to the fact that it can always be printed and will always be abundant. Consider government bonds. If the government needs money, it auctions off notes and bonds. This brings the interest payments on these bonds to investors virtually to 0% year on year. Robert advises investors to invest in anything that cannot be printed. According to Robert, people should invest in cattle rather than government bonds because the cattle will reproduce to enhance cash flow. Precious metals should be chosen since they are also an inflation hedge. What if you don't have the money to go into cattle investing or invest in gold and oil mines? Can you own equities in them? Well, this is what Robert has for you.
Do you have equity in other gold mines?
I start them. I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was one of these guys sitting out here years ago, when I was a young guy. I learned more about entrepreneurship as a mining, a junior miner, pitching this little gold deal. I grew up here in Vancouver. I heard more BS, more deals, more things. But mining is one of the toughest industries there is because there's so many moving parts to it. And what's happening now, from what I understand, is people are not investing in gold mines. So I took a gold mine public ODV is a call sign. It's in Utah. And it's the richest gold mine in America.
If you want to invest and become rich but have little capital, then we made a video on how you can become rich by investing $50 in Shiba Inu. So check it out.